honored our commitments to the international community. We have played by the rules, and we have done so with integrity, with dignity, and with respect for the partnership we have built with the US and the rest of the world. This tariff, if enforced, would undo all of that. It would punish our people for no reason other than that we are a small nation trying to make our way in a complex and often unforgiving global economy. It would punish our farmers, our workers, and our families for doing what they have been asked to do, to contribute to the global economy, to create goods that people need, and to be responsible stewards of their industry. If these tariffs are imposed, we will find ourselves not just facing an economic crisis, but a crisis of confidence, a crisis of hope, and that is something we cannot afford. I want to speak directly to the people of Burkina Faso. I know many of you are worried about the future. You see the price of goods rising. You see the instability in the region. You hear the whispers of economic uncertainty. But I want you to know this. We are not powerless. We have the strength, the resilience, and the determination to overcome this challenge. We have faced worse in the past and emerged stronger, and we will face this challenge together. But we need to act now. We need to make our voices heard not just in our nation but to the world. We must make it clear that we will not stand idly by while our people's livelihoods are put at risk. We must tell the world that Burkina Faso deserves a fair chance to compete, to grow, and to thrive. We are not asking for special treatment. We are asking for justice. We are asking for fairness. We will not let these tariffs define us. We will not let them strip away our dignity or our future. We will fight for our people, for our industries, and for the generations that will come after us. Together, we will ensure that Burkina Faso remains a beacon of resilience, of strength, and of hope. Together, we will continue to build a future that we can all be proud of. My fellow Burkinabe, today, I want to speak to you about something even more crucial than the immediate economic challenges we are facing. Something that affects not just Burkina Faso, but the entire West African region, and indeed the whole world. It is not just our economy that is at stake. It is the stability of the entire Sahel. If we cannot secure the peace and prosperity of our people, the consequences will stretch far beyond our borders, affecting us all in ways we cannot yet fully comprehend. Burkina Faso is at the heart of the Sahel, a region that has already seen its fair share of conflict, insecurity, and instability. Our land is rich in culture, in resources, and in history, but it is also a region vulnerable to forces that seek to exploit any weakness, and that is why our stability here is so critical, not just for us, but for the entire world. If we falter, if we lose our grip on stability, the effects will be felt not just within the borders of Burkina Faso, but across the entire West African region, and indeed much further beyond. In recent years, we have seen the devastating impact of instability in our neighboring countries. The Sahel has become a hotspot for extremist groups and insurgencies. The fragile governments in the region have been under constant pressure, and the people of this land have borne the brunt of this violence. It is no secret that poverty, unemployment, and lack of opportunity provide fertile ground for extremist ideologies to take root. If the economy of Burkina Faso, one of the pillars of the Sahel, begins to crumble under the weight of these tariffs, we risk creating a vacuum that will only be filled by those who seek to destroy what we have built. Extremist groups thrive in environments where the government is weak, where people are desperate, and where the state cannot provide basic services or opportunities. If we lose our economic stability, we hand them exactly what they need to expand their influence. This is not just a concern for Burkina Faso. It is a concern for every nation, every citizen who cares about peace, security, and stability. When one part of the Sahel falters, the ripple effects reach every corner of West Africa and beyond. We have seen it before. When one nation becomes unstable, it is not long before neighboring countries are dragged into the conflict, and the entire region becomes a hotbed for terrorism and lawlessness. We cannot afford to let this happen. The world must understand that the instability in our region does not stay within our borders. It has a direct impact on global security. Extremist groups do not respect borders. Their influence spreads like wildfire, fueled by poverty and disenfranchisement. If we do not act now to protect the stability of Burkina Faso and the Sahel, we are not just putting our own people at risk, we are putting the entire global community at risk. These groups do not stop at the borders of Burkina Faso. They do not stop at the borders of Mali or Niger. They do not stop until they have destabilized an entire region, and eventually they will turn their attention to other parts of the world. What is happening here? In Burkina Faso, What is happening across the Sahel is not just a regional concern, it is a global one. When you allow the stability of a region like ours to falter, you allow terrorism and instability to flourish, and you risk spilling that violence out into the wider world. The international community must recognize that the security of West Africa is intricately linked to the security of the entire globe. Our problems are your problems. Our instability will become your instability. So what is at stake is more than just trade agreements, more than just tariffs, and more than just economic growth. What is at stake is our collective future. If Burkina Faso and the Sahel lose their stability, it will be harder for the entire world to combat extremism, terrorism, and the instability that comes with it. When economies collapse and governments struggle to provide for their people, extremist groups are quick to seize the opportunity, offering promises of false hope to the most vulnerable in society. These groups prey on the disenfranchised, the jobless, and those who have lost faith in their government. And once they've made their way into a community, they don't just stay there, they spread and their influence grows. But I want to be clear, we will not let this happen. We will not allow Burkina Faso to become a breeding ground for instability. We will not allow our country to fall into the hands of those who seek to destroy everything we have built. We will fight for the peace and security of our people, for the future of our children, and for the stability of our entire region. We have faced adversity before, and we have always emerged stronger. Our resilience has been tested time and time again, but we stand firm. We will not let the weight of these tariffs crush us, nor will we allow them to create conditions where extremism can thrive. We will work tirelessly to protect our economy, to create jobs, and to give our people the opportunities they deserve. We will do everything in our power to ensure that our people are not left vulnerable to the forces of violence and destruction that seek to tear our nation apart. And to the international community, to those who may be listening to this speech, I ask you to stand with us. Our stability is your stability. Our security is your security. We cannot afford to allow Burkina Faso to be left behind. We cannot afford to allow our people to suffer because of decisions made elsewhere, decisions that could undermine everything we've worked so hard for. Stand with us, and together we will create a future where peace, security, and prosperity are not just distant dreams but achievable realities for all. We will rise above these challenges. We will protect our nation, our region, and our future. Together as one people, we will build a stronger, more secure Burkina Faso and a more secure world for us all. My dear fellow citizens of Burkina Faso, I stand before you today not just as your president, but as a fellow Burkinabe, one of you, someone who knows the struggles, the sacrifices, and the aspirations that drive each of you every day. And today, more than ever, I feel the weight of your hopes and dreams on my shoulders. We are in a critical moment. There is no denying it. Our country faces pressure from within and from beyond our borders, but we cannot let fear control us, for we have faced far greater challenges before, and we have always emerged stronger. I understand the anxiety that many of you feel right now. It is hard not to worry when the world feels uncertain, when our hard-earned progress is at risk, when you hear that our very livelihood could be jeopardized by decisions made far away in places we cannot easily reach. But let me be clear, we will not allow this moment to define us. We will not allow our future to be held hostage by tariffs or by the decisions of foreign powers. This is our country, our future, and we will shape it together. This is a moment for us to rise, to show the world the strength and resilience that is so deeply ingrained in our people. This is not a moment for fear, but for resolve. It is a moment that calls for unity, unity of purpose, unity of spirit, and unity of action. I ask you, all of you, to join me in standing firm and showing the world that Burkina Faso will not be cowed, that we will not let anyone dictate our future. We are a proud people, a people with a history of overcoming adversity, and we will not let this challenge be the one that breaks us. Yes, the tariffs proposed by the United States are a serious issue. The economic consequences of such a decision could ripple across our nation, affecting every family, every worker, every entrepreneur. But what I need you to understand is that we are not powerless. We will face this challenge with all the strength that comes from our shared identity, from our shared determination.
Lovely viewers, welcome to AMF4 TV. My name is Richard Che. I hope you are fine. Okay, we are talking about how African leaders has to be united by this an influential leader, Burkina Faso President Ibrahim Traoré. There is a video on social media, especially on our handles, that we have to share it to you for you people to comment on it, on how statements he has been making all these days. We'll keep on updating you on this issue, but don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of this video, as well as similar videos like this. Let's listen to whatever he said and on social media to see, and then also don't forget to comment when you watch this video. Kindly also not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share this video for people to also watch and like us.
To build a better future for our children, we will fight for what is right, for what we have earned, and for the dignity of our people. Let us not forget that the world knows us. It knows our resilience, our ability to adapt, and our commitment to progress. We are not a small nation, insignificant in the global order. We are a nation that has contributed to the richness of human culture, a nation with resources, with industries, with talent, and we will not be overlooked. We will not be treated as an afterthought. Our voice matters, our rights matter, and we will make sure they are heard. We will negotiate with the United States and our other international partners with the full force of our collective will. We will not approach these negotiations as beggars, hoping for a handout. We will approach them as equals, as partners demanding respect, fairness, and dignity for our people. We will engage with strength, with intelligence, and with the firm belief that we deserve a fair chance to thrive in this global economy. We will stand on the principles of justice, equality, and respect for the rights of every nation, big or small. But we must also recognize that this moment is not just about fighting back against tariffs. It is about asserting our rights in a world that too often tries to diminish the voices of smaller nations. It is about building a future where our children are not left to struggle under the weight of policies that benefit the few at the expense of the many. It is about creating a world where Burkina Faso can stand tall and proud, knowing that we have earned our place in the global community. We will not let this challenge break our spirit, nor will we allow it to divide us. The power of our unity is greater than any external pressure. Together, we can and will overcome. Together, we will negotiate, we will advocate for our people, and we will find solutions that allow us to move forward without compromising the well-being of our families or our nation. I know that these times are difficult. I know the weight of the uncertainty many of you feel. I see the questions in your eyes. I hear the concerns in your voices. But I also see something else in the people of Burkina Faso, something far stronger than fear. I see hope. I see the unbreakable resolve that defines us as a people. I see the same strength that carried us through the darkest days of our history, the same courage that led us to independence, the same determination that has allowed us to continue to grow and build even when the world seemed stacked against us. We are not alone in this fight. We have friends and allies who understand that our success is the success of the entire region. Burkina Faso's stability and prosperity are not just our responsibility, they are a responsibility shared by the international community. If we succeed, the entire Sahel region succeeds. If we fall, the region will face consequences that will affect us all. And that is why we will continue to work together with all our partners to ensure that our voice is heard and that our future remains in our own hands. I want to assure you, my fellow citizens, that your government is working tirelessly to protect your interests, to ensure that no matter how difficult the road ahead may be, we will remain steadfast. We will explore every avenue, we will negotiate with every partner, and we will leave no stone unturned to ensure that our people's future is secured. We will not let anyone dictate our destiny. So I ask you, the people of Burkina Faso, to continue believing in the strength of our nation, continue believing in the power of our unity, continue believing in the future we are building together. We are not a nation that will bow down in the face of adversity. We are a nation that will stand tall. We will rise, and we will move forward with courage, with dignity, and with the unshakable conviction that we will shape our own future. My beloved fellow Burkinabe, I speak to you today, not just as your president, but as a brother, a father, and a son of this great land. The situation we find ourselves in is one of great complexity, and I know that many of you are feeling the weight of uncertainty pressing upon you. It is in times like these that our true strength as a nation is put to the test. But I want you to remember this. Our strength lies not in the challenges we face, but in how we rise to meet them. It lies in the unity of our people, in our unshakable resolve, and in our commitment to securing a future worthy of our children. I call upon every Burkinabe, young and old, from all walks of life to recognize the gravity of this moment. This is not just a matter of politics, nor is it just an economic issue. This is a moment that will define the future of our nation, our children's future. This is a time when we must come together, united as one people, with a shared purpose, to protect the hard-earned progress we have made, to ensure our economic survival, and to safeguard the dignity and independence of Burkina Faso. Now more than ever, we cannot afford to be divided. We cannot allow ourselves to be swayed by the forces that seek to undermine our unity. We must remain resolute in our commitment to one another and to the future of this great nation. Let me be clear, unity is our greatest weapon. It is through unity that we have overcome obstacles in the past, and it is through unity that we will overcome the challenges of today. We are people who have always stood together, whether in times of hardship, during moments of triumph, or when facing external threats. Our unity has been the bedrock of our strength, and now is no different. The moment we allow division to creep in, we weaken ourselves, we become vulnerable, and that is a risk we simply cannot afford to take. From the youth, who are the lifeblood of our future, to the elders who carry the wisdom of generations, we are all in this together. Each of us has a role to play, whether it is in our communities, our workplaces, or our homes. The youth, with their energy and creativity, are the ones who will carry our vision forward. The elders, with their guidance and experience, are the ones who will steer us through difficult waters. Together, young and old, we must create a solid foundation on which we can build our future. Each generation must work hand in hand, supporting one another and working toward the same goal, a Burkina Faso that is strong, independent, and self-reliant. This moment calls for more than just cooperation, it calls for collective action. Every single Burkinabe must recognize that our fate is intertwined. The decisions we make today will have a lasting impact on the generations to come. We are not just fighting for our own prosperity, we are fighting for the future of our children and grandchildren. We are fighting for a Burkina Faso where our youth will have the opportunities to thrive, where they will be able to build upon the work that we do today, and where they will inherit a nation that is not just surviving but flourishing. While the global stage may seem uncertain, and while we face external pressures that seek to destabilize our nation, I want you to remember one truth: the strength of our people will always be our greatest asset. It is not the size of our economy or the amount of wealth we possess that defines us. It is the resilience of our spirit, the depth of our unity, and our unwavering determination to build a better tomorrow for our children. In the face of adversity, we do not shrink, we do not bow down, we stand tall, and we move forward. Not as individuals, but as one people, united in purpose. The challenges we face are indeed formidable. The economic pressures are real, and the geopolitical landscape is volatile. But I believe in the strength of this nation. I believe in the strength of our people. I believe in our ability to adapt, to rise, and to overcome. We have faced hardship before, and each time we have emerged stronger, more resilient, and more determined. This time will be no different. We must take this challenge head on, not with fear but with resolve. We must show the world that we will not be shaken by external pressures. We will not allow our future to be dictated by forces beyond our control. Instead, we will create the future we desire by building from the ground up, by strengthening our industries, by investing in our people, by creating opportunities for our youth, and by ensuring that every Burkinabe has a stake in the prosperity of our nation. This is a time for bold action, for forward-thinking leadership, and for every one of us to take responsibility for the future we want to build. We must not wait for others to solve our problems. We must solve them ourselves together. We have the resources, we have the talent, and we have the courage to move forward. What we need now is unity, unwavering unity, in our efforts to protect what we have built and to create what we know is possible. I know that times like these are difficult. I know that there are many uncertainties ahead, and that it may seem overwhelming at times. But in those moments of doubt, I ask you to remember the power of unity. I ask you to remember that when we stand together, when we support each other, we are unstoppable. The world may change, the challenges may shift, but the strength of our people, when united, will never be shaken. I am calling on each and every one of you to take up this cause, to stand firm in your resolve, and to work with your neighbors, your colleagues, and your families to ensure that we come through this challenge stronger than ever. Let us show the world that Burkina Faso is a nation that will never falter, a nation that will always rise, no matter the odds. Together, we will protect our economy, we will safeguard the future of our children, and we will ensure that Burkina Faso remains a proud, sovereign, and respected nation in the world. This is our time, this is our moment, and together we will overcome. Thank you, and may God bless Burkina Faso now and always.
Welcome back. I hope you watched the video, and I hope you've taken note of whatever statements he made in the video. Kindly not to forget to also subscribe, also comment on the video to see your ideas on what Traore'S is doing, how he's influencing African countries to also unite them for development. AMF4 TV has a lot of pack as this issue is concerned. We will always update you on this issue because AMF4 TV is an entertainment, political, and social network TV. Kindly not to forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of these videos as well as other entertaining videos. My name is Richard Che.
Arise, gather youth for your country. Your nation demands no devotion. Let